What's going on, guys? Riley here from RP Productions. Today we are doing something to the Camaro that I've wanted to do since pretty much day one with it, and that is we're getting some louder exhaust. So for most people, the stock exhaust on this car is already loud enough, but I am not most people and I want more loud. I want more America. So currently, me and my buddy Zach in front of me, who used to be known as 5.7, he traded his Challenger in for a 6th gen. We are both on our way to get our secondary cats deleted at a muffler shop, and then after that we're going to head back to my driveway and install an MBRP axleback exhaust. So I guess I'll give you guys a couple sound clips of what it's like with just the secondary cat delete, and then we'll go the full enchilada and do the full exhaust. Now this exhaust is kind of just a temporary thing until I get long tubes put on the car, but I think it should sound really good and should be plenty loud. So without further ado, let's go ahead and fast forward to the exhaust shop. All right, so update, we just left the muffler shop. They charged me 60 bucks, which I thought was more than reasonable, and they didn't want to be on film, which I understand. So got that done. So this is what it sounds like. I'm cruising now at 76 miles per hour. So this is 6th gear. I'll just lightly get on it. So it's really not much louder. Now I'll go ahead and drop a couple gears. We'll just put it 4th and lightly ease onto it. So the sound it's a lot deeper. It's a deeper tone, it's a little bit louder, but it's really not all that much different. So if you're looking to get a little bit louder exhaust out of your Camaro, but you don't want to go spend a bunch of money, go ahead and delete the secondary cats. They are unmonitored, which means there's no like O2 sensors or anything after them. So basically you're leaving the normal cats on the car. So you're still gonna be able to pass emissions and stuff, I think, unless you're in California maybe. But anyways, you still pass emissions and all that fun stuff. You still have catalytic converters on your car. You just don't have the second ones anymore, and they replaced them with some straight pipe. But overall, it didn't make a huge difference, but I think it'll make a good stepping stone to the axleback, which we're going to install right now. All right, so back at home now, just unboxed all the exhaust out of that big box right there, and here's what we're working with. So you basically have this little kind of Y-shaped resonator that comes off to the side, and then that piece that it will connect to, and the exhaust tips are right here, which are a 4-inch exhaust tip, and I went with the chrome, as you can tell. I think these are going to look great on the car. They also have a black option if you want to do that. I bought this axleback from Corsa Performance. Corsa is where I've bought pretty much everything for the Camaro, the lowering springs and just the whole 9 yards. So Corsa Performance, shout out to you guys. Thank y'all for the super quick shipping and great customer service. And then we'll walk out here to the Camaro, and as you see, I've got it already backed up on some wood, which should give me enough room to get under there and take off this stock exhaust and replace it with the American Glory. So on this episode of Modding Random Things with RP Productions, here we are underneath the car. You got your 2 exhaust tips right here, and you'll notice there's 1, 2, and 3 places where these little nuts were, if I can grab one for reference. So there used to be these little nut washer things. Take those out, do that on both sides. That pretty much frees up the rear hanger. And then if you move back more, throwing this upside down, hold on. You'll see that is where the pipe was cut at the muffler shop earlier. And then there is one more hanger right there. So these, you'll slide them out, where's my finger? You'll slide them out this way, and then hopefully this sucker will come on down. Oh, also, you have to disconnect. There's a connection right here for the little exhaust valves. Just unhook that. That one's easy to get to. The one on the other side is not. So just prepare yourself for that. So we just removed the big bathtub-sized muffler, which realistically probably weighs like, what, 60 pounds, you think, Zach?
I would give it that, yeah.
So about 60 pounds, give or take, weight loss. And then these things, I'm sure you could guess, they don't weigh but maybe a couple pounds. So let's just say a 50-pound weight loss, give or take, for the Camaro off just doing an axleback. That's impressive. But as you tell, there's no muffler here. So with these little wires, since you lose the NPP function on the exhaust, you'll want to just wrap these up with some electrical tape and tuck them out of the way somewhere. And then we can get to installing the new exhaust. All right, so just finished up the good majority of the installation. I got to go back and fix that left side where kind of angled weird. Right side came out perfect. My buddy Zach's got to go home, so I'm going to start it up just before he can leave me. But here goes the first startup of the MBRP Axleback exhaust, and secondary cat's deleted. Just in time for my neighbors to walk outside. Sorry, neighbors. Oh yeah, that's much louder. Wow, my car makes a different sound.
That sounds so good. Oh yeah.
Dang, that sounds
so good, dude.
That sounds so good. Golly, dude. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
You should have heard it from out here.
I dig it.
Holy loud.
Startup number 1 complete. Time to finish up a couple things, and we'll do some road testing. Oh yeah. There we go, Kyle.
Dude, it sounds so good.
That's sweet.
Yeah,
It's pretty loud. So this was supposed to be the part in the video where I go around and show you guys some awesome exhaust clips and do some flybys and some wide open throttle runs and all that fun stuff. However, I can't do that today. I mean, I guess technically I could, but it would not give you an accurate representation of what this exhaust sounds like. Now, here is my story why. So yesterday I got the exhaust installed, all was finished. I drove it around for a little while and I was like, all right, cool. I guess this is how it sounds. Cool. So this morning I wake up, I go to Cars and Coffee. Basically as soon as I got home from Cars and Coffee, I think on the way home from Cars and Coffee, my check engine light came on and I was like, okay, so that's a pretty common problem when you delete your secondary cats. Basically, if you don't do the welds properly, then you will get a check engine light. So at that point I was like, all right, I guess one of the welds or something is not properly sealed. I'll go ahead and check by O'Reilly's Auto Parts and get them to run the code, double check it's, you know, that, not my motor blowing up or something, and then I guess I'll go back to the exhaust shop and get them to fix it. O'Reilly's confirmed that it was exhaust codes and they were coming from both the left and right side, so that was like, okay, great, I got exhaust leaks on both sides. So I drive 35 minutes away to where the muffler shop is, tell them what happened, they're like, all right, cool, no problem. So they get under there, they weld a whole bunch of stuff, and they welded like a lot. So apparently there was a lot of gaps. So they finished that up, they're like, all right, we're all done, here's your keys back, see you later. So I leave, and I was like, okay, cool, the whole exhaust sounded entirely different, like so much better. And then on my way home, like I said, the muffler place is about 35 minutes away. So about 25 minutes into my drive, I'm cruising on the highway at about 70, and all of a sudden the entire tone of the exhaust just changed. It went from kind of just a normal like to oh, and I was like, oh shit. So basically one of the welds somewhere where the secondary cats were deleted opened back up, and I guess I'll be having to go back to the muffler shop 35 minutes away to get them to fix it again. I mean, in the scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal. I was just really hoping to put, you know, this sound clips and stuff into this video, but I guess I'll have to make a separate video for that, which it's not the end of the world, but I'm sorry if you were expecting a bunch of cool stuff in this one. I guess it'll just have to wait for another video. And yes, I probably could sit here and give you exhaust clips with the way it sounds, but it wouldn't be an accurate representation. It sounds totally different. If it was like a little bit off, then I wouldn't care, but it's like a totally different sound. So just bear with me, guys, until that thing gets fixed back there. I guess I'll be driving the Ram, but yeah. So thank you guys for watching this video. Stay tuned for awesome exhaust clips coming in a future video, in the near future video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy, guys.